Hi there, welcome to SUI Wyckoff technical analysis session. After Friday's big market moves, what's happening for SUI and what do we expect? If you're new to my sessions, these are the takeaways you can get from these sessions. Basically, what current and next Wyckoff stages would a particular asset going to reach, and key price levels that an asset would face a rebound or a resistance, and also the breakout timing if there's anything indicative on the chart. So we'll cover both the weekly and daily charts and quickly look into how SUI is doing. So previously we talked about this potential LPSY, which has been confirmed by this week's candle. So if I switch it to a line chart, you can see these little peaks, right? And then there are two scenarios, one the yellow scenario and the other the blue. So basically the yellow considered this an accumulation instead of just a sign of weakness, while the blue scenario considered this whole thing from September 2024 to where we are now is one distribution cycle. So we talk about also 60% chance for the price to come down to show sign of weakness, which it did touch the or even went below the 2.35 yellow key level. Remember, Asia is just waking up. What happened on Friday, the market shakeout, may not be over yet, so be really careful what's going to come in the next few days. So this, I'll keep it over here because the candle isn't closed yet. There's still 8 hours for this candlestick to draw its final close. And obviously, given the backdrop of the uncertainty, this remains a lower chance. So where does the I'll probably adjust this to 85 now, because the 20%, 25% would be another LPSY, which is definitely understandable. So the price may bounce up to the green and maybe even challenge the light blue level, but then you see this yellow dashed line, previous support now becomes the resistance. So there is a chance that the LPSY may end up around this level and eventually turns to this SOW, the sign of weakness, if this week's candlestick doesn't go any further and stay at where it is. But then remember, the first key resistance is this green key level of $2.9, and then 3.27 is the next, before the price can challenge this yellow uptrend, now a resistance line. And Bollinger Band counter squeeze, even with the big drop, the price is still within the squeeze zone, meaning a bigger swing is about to come anytime from now. Previously we talked about this wedge over here, that the time window points to mid-November, but given the event that happened, it may trigger this swing to happen sooner. So that's the big picture. We've got a, no offense, but big companion and power people can manipulate crypto and make it go down. How do you explain that? Yeah, that's exactly what's happening, right? It doesn't contradict to the Wyckoff theory. You're talking about the cause, not the observations, right? So both things can go hand in hand, and that's what Wyckoff has been saying. If you go search Wyckoff method, he talks about something called composite man. The composite man, if you treat it in today's terms, it may be whales or the big guys or like whoever behind the scene or the hedge funds, any kind of terms. It doesn't contradict what the Wyckoff method says. So the thing that you said are the people controlling the triggers, but the events themselves still follows the pattern that I've been sharing if you go back to my previous sessions. So this last point of supply happened, and we have this over here, which comes to the selling climax level back in June this year. So that's the potential selling climax, but like I said, it can come even lower. So what happened back in April was the low point where the price challenged the top edge of the long-term playground zone. So this long-term playground zone is something, because SUI is rather new, it doesn't look like the other incumbents where I have the price tracked all the way since 2019 or 20. So here, if this is really a selling climax, don't so a normal course of action would be the automatic rally, the rebound straight after the selling climax. But again, this may not be the selling climax itself. So be careful, this is just a preliminary support. I'll borrow this PSY over here. So there's a chance that the price may come even lower to this white line, like I said, because what happened on Friday indicated that this can potentially happen. I can remove this duplicated tag. So the automatic rally may end up somewhere lower than what we had back in both March and June. So that's the near picture. This UTAD may be even further down the line, because now this becomes the resistance. So the price, even if it really comes back up, it has to go through this box again and being suppressed under this yellow line before it reaches the purple key level. So as of now, the downside is of a much higher chance before it rebound to maybe another high, or just start accumulate before the next distribution cycle, basically start over a new distribution. That's why I don't believe in charts. Well, you can definitely say so, because charts are historical patterns, and it doesn't 100% tells us what's going to come next. And that's why I always share when people ask. You can check my video comments. People always ask me, what top and what bottom do I guess? I never do that exactly for the same reason you mentioned in your first message, because the big guys are going to control things. And if I just put out random numbers, it's irresponsible, knowing the fact that there are just too many things that can happen in between. Like if people ask me, what's the price I see in 6 months down the line or 12 months down the line, I just don't trade or see things that way. So I don't think we're in contradict view, Jim Jam. So I think we're pretty aligned on some of the way that we see things. Thanks for your comments. I'm moving on to the next sessions. See you over there.